Hey there, pen pushers. Welcome back. This week's episode is going to be a bit shorter than usual, but still valuable. Today, I'm going to share about Christian Book Month and reveal the potential financial differences between traditionally published authors and indie or self-published authors. Before we get started, I also wanted to invite you to join the Inkwell Collective. It's a community that God has been knitting together into a vibrant, incredibly supportive collection of Christian writers from around the world. As writers, we tend to struggle to find time to write, and we grow weary of writing alone. Therefore, the foundation of the Inkwell Collective is its multiple live weekly co-writing sessions dedicated to enabling you to advance your word count, receive prayer, and grow in community. And we're soon going to start an evening session as well to better serve those writers who are in other time zones around the world. I know that this podcast has a lot of listeners from Australia and New Zealand. So the evening session here on the Eastern Standard Time of the United States should hopefully enable you to join us at those live writing sessions. The support and encouragement you get will be phenomenal, and it'll make you look forward to writing again. In addition, within the Inkwell Collective, I also host a monthly craft chat where I answer members' writing, publishing, and marketing questions. Last month, we discussed marketing in general, and this month is going to be in response to a question one of the members asked regarding formatting your manuscript in Microsoft Word. And if time permits, I'm also going to share a little bit about organizing content in Scrivener. Plus, of course, you have 24/7 access within the community to the various spaces. We have various threads and conversation starters that you're welcome to collaborate and connect with other authors in those spaces. So ask questions, interact with the other members, you join, make sure you say hello. We all are just eager to get to know you. So be sure to watch the Inkwell Collective intro video, and you can do both of those using the link found in the show notes on your podcast player. So April is Christian Book Month. I wasn't aware of that actually until just the other day. Corey Johnson, the founder, who is a children's book reviewer, who started this website, goodbookmom.com, and also she decided that April would be a fantastic month to showcase Christian books because of Easter being in April. And I think that is a great idea. And I've often wondered, who is behind naming these designated months and days for things. And I think just anybody can come up with these designations. And so she came up with Christian Book Month, and I just applaud her for that. A big shout out to you, Corey. That same article, the Publishers Weekly article, said that the three most popular genres are romance, number one. Then the second is a combined fantasy, sci-fi / speculative. And the third is crime, thriller, detective. I love research and I'm always curious. Caused me to go down a series of research rabbit holes to understand what speculative fiction is. I've heard it. I'm familiar with it being used on multiple podcasts, author podcasts, and different things, but I had an idea of what it might be, but I wasn't quite 100% sure. I wouldn't have been able to define it to you here on this podcast, so I looked it up. And according to fictionfile.com, it's fiction containing elements that don't exist in reality, recorded history, nature, or the present universe. The speculative genre also encompasses myriad themes, including supernatural, futuristic, and many other imaginative topics. Under this umbrella category, subgenres include science fiction, fantasy fiction, horror fiction, superhero power story, and more. So I was like, okay, I understand that. I'm not sure what I think about that as far as if it carries over into the Christian realm. Some people will say so. I have seen some books published and talked about being speculative Christian fiction. I personally have not ever read any. If you have read some, if you're a fan of Christian speculative fiction and can recommend some authors or books, please let me know. Email me at info@inkanimpact.com. I'm very curious. But then my next question was about the romance category, especially when I came across an article titled Colleen Hoover's Effect on Christian Romance. Another Publishers Weekly article. Okay. So that article was saying that some Christian romance publishers are now open to stories with a little spice. What does that mean? So again, off I hopped down that rabbit trail again, trying to determine what spice meant. Well, I don't know if you are interested in these things as well, so I won't go into it on this episode. Believe me, the romance topic could be an entire episode of its own. But I just want you to know that there is opportunity for you to make a profit with your books, especially if you're an indie author willing to push past fears and insecurities and are willing to follow God's leading and put in the effort to market your books. So that concludes today's episode. Be sure to come back next week when I discuss what to look for in a hybrid publisher with guest author Amanda Waters. And if you have any additional comments or suggestions about today's topic, I welcome them. Let me know your thoughts. What are you seeing in your browsing? What articles are you coming across that are making you scratch your head and you're wondering more about those? If you're not a researcher and you want to know more about it, send it my way. I love research. I told somebody the other day, if I could get paid to do research for authors and people, I would so do that. But anyway, there I go, off on a tangent again when I told you the episode was done. So I am ending it now, and I hope that you'll join me next week. And in the meantime, have a blessed week and keep writing.